Welcome to the raw and uncensored Ambitchious Podcast. During our time here together, I will be instilling all of the strength, power, and determination you will need to use the very stones thrown at you to build your ultimate empire. We will redefine the word bitch from the derogatory to the acronym being in total control of herself. So let's adjust our crowns and prepare to live life ambitiously. Oh, yeah, here I am, the original HBIC, Katie motherfucking Boyd. And on today's episode of the Ambitchious Podcast, we're going to be talking about how to be sovereign, how to be autonomous, and in the end, become motherfucking dangerous. You know, you guys come on here week after week, you listen to everything that I say, and we obviously don't have any sales. You're not going to listen about my fucking rubber undies for 35 minutes like all these other podcasters do to sell their shit, because that's how they make money. This is not how I make money. This is a service. The only payment I ask is for you to share this with as many people as you can. An extra credit if you tag me when you share my podcast on Instagram. You guys know I'm not on Facebook, and I'm about 3.2 seconds from leaving Instagram altogether because, as you know, I have my own app. It's called the Ambitchious app on Mighty Networks. You can actually go to the show notes here and you can see how to get to my app. It's so freaking easy. It's ridiculous. There's no fucking excuses. From this day on, no excuses, because we're going to be sovereign, we're going to be autonomous, and we're going to be motherfucking dangerous. Because when you are sovereign, when you are autonomous, and you do all the things that it takes to be those two things, you become a fucking beast, you become a ghost, and you become a monster, and you become dangerous. And that's what being ambitious is all about. And you know, if you don't like what I have to say, you don't have to fucking listen. I don't really care. I do this for myself. Podcasting is one of my favorite things to do. And I know that I help hundreds of thousands of people from all over the globe through podcasting. So that's why I show up here. If you don't like what I have to say and it triggers you, first of all, ask yourself why it's triggering you. Probably because you're not sovereign, probably because you're not dangerous, and you're not autonomous. You are being controlled by the bullshit motherfucking artists that run our government, that run the world, and you're so fucking dumb and lazy and apathetic that you don't even know what's happening. So I'm going to open your eyes to some really big truths. And like I say, always do what you will with it. You win, you lose. It's none of my fucking business. I'm just here doing what God put me here to do. And that is to talk to you all about being dangerous and in turn becoming ambitious. So first I want to talk about what sovereign and autonomous and dangerous actually mean. So sovereign is actually, could be a noun, okay? And it could also be an adjective. And when you are sovereign, you are one who possesses or holds supreme power. So let me say that again. One who possesses or holds supreme power. Okay, so that's number one. That's what sovereignty is all about. So remember, being ambitious is being the bitch, right? It's being in total control of herself. It's becoming the HBIC, the head bitch in charge of your most ambitious life. And being sovereign over your life is possessing the supreme power. So what does that mean? That means that no one or nothing is going to control your life. You show up day after day and you do the fucking work and you don't act like the victim and you hold radical responsibility for yourself. And if you can't show up like that day after day, then go take a fucking nap and take several seats, because get the fuck out of the way for the bitches like me who are taking the fuck over. You know, in Portugal, we say mais fica, which means more for me. So mais fica, bitches, okay? So that's what sovereignty is all about. Now we're going to talk about the word autonomous, okay? It's an adjective. And autonomous is this: not being controlled by others or by outside forces, being independent in mind or judgment and self-directed. independent of the laws of another state or government, or self-governing. Okay? So let me say that again. Not being controlled by others or by outside forces, and being independent in mind and judgment, and being self-directed, and to be self-governing. They don't want you to be self-governing. They don't want you to be sovereign. They don't want you to have control over your thoughts. They want you to play victim. The more motherfuckers on this earth that play victim, the more that the covert humans that we don't even know are going to just keep running the fucking show around here. So I always have like this joke with my husband, because, we talk about politics together. I don't talk about politics with other people, just pretty much with my husband. And he's always talking about like how, the government wants us to be sick, and the government wants us to be unhealthy, and all these things, because the more that we rely on the government, the less sovereign and autonomous that we are, and the less dangerous that we are for the government and for the people that are quote unquote in charge. So if we become sovereign and autonomous, we become so dangerous because we can't fucking be controlled. And that's one of the parts about being ambitious, right? And now let's talk about the word dangerous. So a lot of people are like, Katie, I don't want to be dangerous. But the part of being dangerous is that you are full of risk. Okay, so dangerous is an adjective, right? And one of my favorite parts about the word dangerous, the meaning of dangerous, is being full of risk. What do I always say, guys? The bigger the risk, the bigger the rewards. So the more autonomous and sovereign you can be, the more of the HBIC that you can be, the more ambitious that you can be, the more full of risk that you're going to be. And the more full of risk you're going to be, the more dangerous you're going to be, and the more ambitious your life is going to be. That is how we roll. So how do we do this? This is how we become more sovereign and autonomous, and in turn dangerous. So I'm just going to go through some things that I think are really important. So number one is they are the people that run the government. They are the people that run big pharma. They are the people that run, all of the food companies that they call like food, but it's really Frankenfood that's just giving you fucking cancer and making you addicted and giving you all of this health problems and illness and disease, et cetera, et cetera. They want you to be pathetic and dumb and fat and sick. And I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to give you like some, my 2 cents on how do we combat that. So the first thing is they want you fat. So the way that you combat this is you become fit. Okay. So they want you to eat the Frankenfood that they've created, that literally they hire genetic engineers to come in, food engineers, that process this food so it actually lights up every part of your fucking brain, like you're doing heroin, cocaine, rolling your tits off, doing some Molly, some ayahuasca. Like that is why in the last, 80, 90 years, we've seen this uptick in obesity and in sickness. You guys, it's not fucking healthcare. It's fucking sick care. Okay? It's not healthcare. It's sick care. I can't tell you how many clients that I have that I coach and, they feel depressed or whatever, and they go to a psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist doesn't ask them, what are you eating? Are you sleeping well? Are you hanging out with a bunch of assholes? What are your spiritual practices like every day? What is your work like every day? What is your mindset like? Are you drinking a lot of alcohol? Are you taking drugs? Are you getting out into the sun? Are you communing with nature? If your psychiatrist who is prescribing you medication is not asking you those questions, they're not a fucking doctor, and they should have their medical licenses taken away because they took the Hippocratic Oath, which is to do no harm. And if they're just putting you on meds and they're not asking you all these other questions, they are a fucking drug dealer. They are not a doctor. I can't tell you how many people I know that are on all kinds of antidepressants and antipsychotic and anti-anxiety drugs, and their drug dealers have never even asked them, like, what's your lifestyle like? Of course you're going to be fucking depressed if you play video games all day when you never leave the house and all you do is eat fake food and drink alcohol and all your friends are assholes and you're just surrounded by a bunch of fucking low life, low energetic vibrational frequency freak shows that watch the fucking news all day and gossip about people, of course you're going to be fucking depressed. Of course you are. Duh. I mean, it's not fucking rocket science here, people. So how do you become fit? You make sure that the food you're eating is not causing inflammation. I actually believe, and there's thousands of studies that back this up, that your brain is actually your second brain. So the brain in your head is actually your second brain, and your first brain is your gut. So everything that you're putting into your stomach, i.e. eating and drinking, is going to affect the way that your brain chemistry works. It's going to affect the way that your synapses are firing and wiring together. So many people, when they do a protocol like A28P, they do intermittent fasting. They eat super low inflammatory foods. They don't have any oxalates, no lectins, no nightshade vegetables, no dairy, no grains, no sugar, no alcohol. They hydrate, they take supplements. And then at the end, they're like, oh my God, I feel like $1,000,000. How did this happen? And I'm like, duh, bitch, because you've been eating Frankenfood your whole life. And you think that eating 6 meals a day is healthy. You're constantly spiking your insulin. And then they come to me and they're like, oh my God, I'm off of my antidepressants, or I'm off of my blood pressure medication, or I'm off my whatever medication. And I'm like, yeah, and that's 28 fucking days. Can you imagine adopting a lifestyle like A28P for the rest of your life? So the first thing is to get on a meal plan that is very low in inflammation. So what does that mean? You're eating whole vegetables. So you're having things like asparagus, broccoli, broccolini, broccoli rabe, right? You're having bok choy and cabbage and things like sauerkraut, which are naturally fermented foods that help your gut and your microbiome, and it helps heal leaky gut syndrome. And you're eating fish that's been wild caught, and you're eating chicken and pork and beef that is, was raised the right way, which was grass fed, which is high in all the right omega acids. Right? Not the inflammatory omegas that so many people are getting through, eating canola oil and vegetable oil and all these trans fatty acids that we think are, we don't even know that are in our food. We don't even read fucking labels in our food. So the next thing is to hydrate. Everyone should be drinking a gallon of water. On A28P, we drink something called jizz juice. I'm not going to get into it. Sounds delicious though, doesn't it? And it helps your electrolytes be balanced. And we're not spiking our insulin, like I said before. So the foods that we're eating are very low in the glycemic index. So we're not, making our insulin pop up through the sky and then go down and then go back up and go down. That's why we're on a total hangry, psychotic bitch roller coaster all the time, right? And we're doing intermittent fasting. And we're doing some extended fasting. Guys, we did not evolve our species on this earth eating 6 to 7 meals a day and snacks and all this fucking fake food. We didn't. Why do you think that there's so many fertility issues? Why do you think that women have PCOS and Hashimoto's and thyroid disease and people are getting all these weird cancers? I mean, we didn't have that 100, 200, 300 years ago. It was unheard of. Everyone has metabolic syndrome because they eat like shit. They don't move their bodies. They don't exercise. And frankly, they're okay with it and they don't even know the difference. You move your fucking body every day. You say to yourself, okay, every day I'm going to try to get 10,000 steps a day. You don't have to run the Boston Marathon every day. It's just moving your body, stretching, doing yoga, going for a walk with friends, going for a hike with your friends, going to the gym and pumping some iron. And making that part of your everyday lifestyle, and then make sure you're taking the correct supplements for your body. I am a psychotic bitch when it comes to supplements. So if they want you fat, we combat it. We become more sovereign, more autonomous, and in the long run, dangerous to become fit, to become the best physical self that we can be. The next thing is they want you sick. So to be dangerous, to be autonomous, and to be sovereign, we become the healthiest versions of ourselves that we could be. How do you do that? Well, I just mentioned the food and the movement and the fasting and the supplementation and the hydration. You get out in the sunshine every day. Even if it's a cloudy day, you get up in the morning when the sun rises, you go outside, you have your coffee, you let the rays of the sun get into your eyelids. Stop wearing fucking sunglasses. I know, I love sunglasses. I have about 100 pairs of sunglasses. It's not good because the light isn't getting into your eyes and it's not resetting your circadian rhythm. And it is not allowing ourselves to be in that rhythm of like, this is when I get up and this is when I go to sleep. That's why people are up till 2, 3, 4 in the morning with, what we call in this day and age insomnia. But it's because they're under fucking blue lights all goddamn day, which is so freaking bad. They're not waking up with the sun. They're not starting to wind down when the sun starts to set. We are animals, people. We're not like, we think that we're like so much better than the animals out in the forest. We're not. We are animals too. We are on a rhythm. We're on a rhythm. Like when the winter comes, we do certain things. When the fall comes, we do certain things. When the summer comes, it's time to reap the harvest. When the spring comes, it's like the new birth. It's the same thing with us and our rhythms of life as a human being. And we're fighting that and we wonder why. So getting out in the sunshine. You guys, the sun is not going to give you cancer. The sun is not going to make you sick. The sun is, you guys have no idea that most of the sicknesses, illnesses, and diseases in this day and age are caused from vitamin D deficiencies. And the doctors will say, just drink your milk. Just drink your vitamin D calcified, fortified milk. It's bullshit. It's not real, guys. Your body does better with sunlight that creates the vitamin D over anything else, even supplementation. So they want you sick, be healthy. So we got the sunshine, sleeping. Everyone in my protocols have a sleep hygiene pattern. We do the same things every night before we go to bed. So we start to tell our bodies it's time to start relaxing. It's time to start winding down. It's time to start getting our bodies ready for sleep. Because that's when you repair your cells. If you're not sleeping every night and it's in a sound sleep and you're not getting your REM, which is your rapid eye movement cycles of sleep, you probably are going to be sick and you probably are going to be unhealthy and you probably are going to have disease. So much disease in this world is caused from a lack of sleep, right? Meditation. I know that meditation is a spiritual practice, but meditation, when you meditate, and I teach obviously meditation in all my protocols because it saved my life. When you meditate, it's like that 20 minutes of meditation or that 10 minutes of meditation or whatever you end up doing, it's literally like sleeping for like a half a night. Sometimes when I'm tired in the afternoon, I'll do a 20-minute transcendental meditation and I literally feel rejuvenated and I can go back to work. I mean, it's 5:30 in the afternoon right now on a Monday when I'm recording this podcast, and I've already been up and working and doing shit since 5 o'clock this morning. I did my meditation again in the afternoon, and I feel like $1,000,000. And after I podcast, I'm going to go make dinner. That's how I live. That's why I can get so much shit done, because I am well rested, right? And then the medication that we're taking, so much of the meds that the doctors, the drug dealers put us on, is just to mask the symptoms. 99.9% of the shit that these fucking drug dealers put us on only mask the symptom. They're not fixing the root of the problem. And the root of the problem is your body needs to clean itself. You're fucking eating like shit. You're drinking like shit. You're not hydrating. You're not sleeping. You're not having sex. You're not hanging out with the right people. You're allowing people to fucking walk all over you, to tap dance on your titties. And that's the life that you live every day, day in and day out. And you wonder why you feel like shit every fucking day. You wonder why you get colds. You wonder why you have all these like little things that pop up. Whether it's, my knees hurt, my back's always hurting, my neck's always hurting, I always feel inflamed, blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? You're your own worst enemy because you don't want to do the work. So if they want you sick, your way to become more autonomous and sovereign and dangerous is to become healthy. The next one is they want you fucking broke. So how do you combat this? You build fucking wealth. Anyone that says that money is the root of all evil, no, it's not money is the root of all evil, because I was raised by that whole line too. Like, I think there's something in the Bible that says, and I can't remember, what book it is in the Bible, but it says like, it's easier to get a rich man through the eye of a needle. No, it's easier to get a camel through the eye of a needle than to get a rich man into heaven. That's bullshit, because the wealthier you become, the richer you are, the more people that you can help, the more you can do God's work. Like I always say, there's an old African proverb that says, like, don't trust a naked man trying to give you a shirt. Like, if you become rich and wealthy and abundant, can't you go and help more people? People always are like, oh, I want to go to Africa and build wells, or I want to go and work at the soup kitchen and make sandwiches. Guess what? If you become richer, you could own a fucking soup kitchen. You could own a friggin' part of Africa and do all these things instead of just going over there and pretending to like do something because it makes you feel better. So becoming wealthy, becoming abundant, becoming rich is actually what's going to make you so fucking dangerous. And guess what? It's not money is the root of all evil. It's the love of money that's the root of all evil. Okay? When you love money more than you love anything in the world, that is Satan. That is enemy energy. That is how people get themselves into fucking problems. But if you become wealthy and you become rich, you can experience God through yourself, and God can experience himself through you. And that is what being ambitious is all about. So, the last couple podcasts, we talked about building wealth. If you haven't listened to those podcasts, go back and listen to those podcasts because it's so fucking important to be a rich bitch. The next one is they want you to stay silent, so speak up. For 2 years, I have held my tongue in the fear of being canceled, the fear of people judging me, the fear of being negative, the fear of being mean, and all these people talking, oh, Katie's so mean, she's such a bitch. Guess what? This is the fucking Ambitchious Podcast. What am I supposed to do? This is the Ambitchious movement. Of course I'm a fucking bitch. Of course I'm fucking mean. Of course I have to use my voice because that's why God gave me this voice, was to use it to help empower and inspire other people. If you are just watching shit and you aren't saying shit, you are part of the fucking problem. Now, I'm not saying take to the streets and, rally and picket and any of that stuff. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not even saying go on your social media and talk about all these different things. I'm saying, like, when someone fucks with you, don't be afraid to say, excuse me, you're not going to fucking do that to me. I will not allow it. If you have boundaries and you're not putting them into play, and because you're afraid of someone's like going to say, oh, she's greedy, or she's a bitch, or she's mean, or I hate her because she said this and she made me feel that way, it's not your fucking problem. I was put on this earth as a shadow worker. I was put on this earth as a powerful fucking bitch. I was put on this earth to trigger people and to make them hold the mirror up to themselves, to have the radical responsibility so that they can grow and evolve and be ambitious, to be the HBICs of their motherfucking lives. I was not put on this earth to beat around the bush. I was not put on this earth to be like, oh, it's fine. Oh, you're fine just the way you are. No, you're not fucking fine just the way you are. Because 98% of the human population are fucking low-life losers who will never amount to anything. And you have the choice to not be that. But you have to use your voice. You cannot stay silent, and you have to speak up. And that is something that I have regretted for the last 2 years, and I do not regret it anymore. Okay? I have so many people reach out to me and they're like, oh my God, I'm having a crisis. I need to do a healing session with you. And I'm like, what is doing a healing session with me going to do for you? You already know everything that you need to do. Yes, do I do healing sessions for people? Absolutely. But they have to prove to me that they are worthy of my time. I have so many people that make one-on-one appointments with me, and they're like, I go out of my way to schedule them, to do all this for them. And guess what? They cancel 24 hours ahead of time because you know why? They're afraid, because they know that I'm going to tell them shit that they don't want to fucking hear, that they're not fucking ready to hear. And I text them and I say, don't fucking waste my time again, bitch. Don't fucking text this phone. Don't fucking email me. Don't inbox me. Don't DM me until you are ready to step the fuck up. And I never answer them again until they say, I'm ready to step up now. Or not. Either way, it doesn't matter to me. Be a basic, average, mediocre bitch. It's not my fucking problem because I refuse to be. The next one is they want you apathetic, so care. They want you just to be like, whatever, I'll take the scraps, whatever I get is good enough. I get what I get and I don't get upset. No, you need to fucking tell the universe what you desire. And you need to command the universe and you need to command God and say, this is my standard. Come hell or high water. I will not give up. I will have what I desire because it is my fucking birthright to do so. So start caring. Start caring about what your body looks like. Start caring about your peer group. Start caring about who you're hanging out with. Start caring about your bank account. Start caring about the way that you feel physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Start caring or not, but don't fucking come to me and complain about your shitty, average, basic fucking existence because no one gives a fuck. And guess what, bitch? No one's coming to fucking save you. The next thing is, they want you stupid, so learn. I have so many people that come to me and they're like, I really want to do A28P. Okay, then fucking sign up. Oh, I can't afford it. Okay, then stay stupid for the rest of your life. Stay mediocre. Don't learn anything new. Don't go out on a limb and try to do anything that's out of the norm, right? The definition of insanity is doing the same things over and over again and expecting a different result. And that's what a lot of you motherfucking bitches out there are doing. And then they're like, oh, I don't know why my life sucks. I don't know why I'm so stupid. I don't know why I can't make more money. I don't know why I can't have a better job. I don't know why I can't have better relationships. I don't know why I can't have a better family. I don't know why. Why, crybaby tits. I don't give a fuck, crybaby tits. Shut the fuck up, crybaby tits. Either you fucking learn or you stay dumb. You do programs that help you learn new skills, or you go back to school to help you learn new skills, or you work with a mentor or a coach that's going to help you become better or not. But stop going on Facebook and talking about how much your life sucks so that all the other victim head pieces of shit will go be like, oh, I know everything's so hard and everything sucks and everything's so this and everything's so that. Yeah, okay. Crabs in a bucket. Crabs in a motherfucking bucket. Y'all can sit in your shit pit and just fucking rot for all I care. Because it's not the vibe. So you either learn or stay dumb as a fucking bag of dicks, but don't complain about being a stupid bitch. The next one is they want you unskilled. So to combat that, to become sovereign, to become autonomous, and to become dangerous, to be the best that you can be is to become more skilled. Now, I don't know what that means. Your skill could to become a better mom, to become a better wife, to become better at your job, to become better at this like little hobby that you have and turn it into a side hustle. Maybe it's about doing a program or a protocol with a coach that's going to help you have more skills, whether it's a coping skill, whether it's financial skills, whether it's spiritual skills, physical skills, whatever the skill is. You have, and not to fucking mention, you don't even have to pay for half the things that you learn in this day and age. Dude, I learned so much shit from YouTube and Google and just fucking watching videos. Like, you have no me how many times that people DM me and they ask me these fucking ask-hole questions. I'm going to do a podcast on Are You an Asshole? Because I'm so fucking sick of all these assholes DMing me and emailing me and asking me for advice, and then I give them the advice and then they never fucking listen in the first place, and then they just create a bunch of excuses of why it didn't work, and they try to blame me like it's my fault that they're fucking dumb bitches and they're fucking losers and they'll never get out of their own way, and they're just in a fucking corner spanking their goddamn monkeys from now until eternity. Not my problem. But you know what? You can go on YouTube and you can fucking figure it out, but you're too fucking lazy. And you're too fucking in your victimhood. So if they want you unskilled, you acquire real skills in whatever arena that you have to. The next one is they want us to hate each other and to become autonomous and sovereign and dangerous. What we do to combat that is we love each other and we help one another. Do you think that me in my podcast studio recording hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours over the last 4 years of podcasts, like I could have been doing other shit with my time. Every time I show up live on my app or on Instagram, you don't think I could be doing other things? Every time that I send you an email to your email, the people that have signed up for the Ambitchious email list, right? You know how much work and time and effort goes into creating all that shit so that I can help each and every one of you to motivate yourself and to inspire yourself and to empower yourself. Like, you don't think I want to fucking hate people. You don't think that I want to hold grudges. You don't think I want to do a lot of fucking evil shit. Absolutely. Because guess what? There's a dark side of me too. I have a very strong shadow self. But the thing is I don't beat that part of me down. I integrate it with my light self so that I can be the most sovereign and autonomous and dangerous bitch that the world has ever seen. And I hope that each and every one of you can show up and help each other and love on one another and stop fighting over politics and stop fighting on who's right and who's wrong about this. Shut the actual fuck up, because guess what? The people up there in the government that are actually the ones that are running the fucking world, they want you to fight while they all laugh holding their bags of money as they run to the fucking bank. That's what they want. So if they want us to hate each other, our sovereign, autonomous, dangerous duty and our ambitious duty is to love one another. And they want you to need them. They want us to rely on them to make the rules for us. And they want us to rely on them to pay our retirement and our fucking health care and all of our fucking shit. But what if you were so rich and so autonomous and so sovereign and so dangerous that you didn't need anyone? That you could grow your own food, you could be your own doctor, you could do all the things that you wanted to do and more just by being the sovereign, autonomous, dangerous bitch that you were put here to be. So take pride in not needing these people, government, and these motherfucking overlords that we don't even know exist, that just want to keep us broke and fat and sick and dumb until we die, until we shuffle off this mortal coil. And the next one is they want you to give up. They want you to give up. They want you to try things for a couple days and then give up, right? It's like in A28P, I always say, my word is law and my self-worth depends on it. My word is law and my self-worth depends on it. What do I mean by that? Every time you say you're going to do something and you don't fucking do it, you're chipping away at your self-worth. I talked about this in a couple podcasts ago. If you haven't listened to that podcast, go back and listen to the Why You Have No Self-Worth podcast, because it's a real thing. But when you say, come hell or high water, I don't give a fuck. I am not going to give up. I don't care if it takes me 10 years. I don't care if I have to change the plan 100 times. I'm not going to fucking give up. I will not give up. Because they want you to give up. They want you to give up in every way, shape, and form. And so many people, some of my most loved people in my life have given up. And it's so sad to watch. But like I always say, mashvika, more for me. More for me. Doesn't mean I don't love you. Doesn't mean you're not still my person. But more for me, mashvika. That's it. And you guys, seriously, this is your duty. This is your duty in personal excellence. This is your duty to be sovereign and autonomous and dangerous and ambitious, because when you're 100% in control of yourself, it's a vibrational frequency that helps everyone else become in total control of themselves too, right? Part of being ambitious is being the lighthouse, shining your light for all the world to see. Not going around and trying to help pull people out of their shit pits. That is not helping people. That is not empowering people. That is called enabling codependency, which some of you are very fucking familiar with in the Ambitchious community. And I fucking refuse. I refuse to be a codependent enabler or just an enabler for all that matter. I just won't do it. So if you step to me and I don't like what you have to say, I'm going to fucking call you to the carpet. If you try to fuck with me, I'm going to fucking call you to the carpet. I'm going to fuck with you back. That's the vibe that I'm bringing into the next step, the next evolution, the next era of my life. And I hope that each and every one of you out there in Ambitchious land do the same. Or not. Be broke. Be average. Be fat. Be sick. Hate your lives. Hate everything about everything. Be in that low vibrational frequency. But guess what? It's not going to get you anywhere. The only other alternative is to be great. and to do your best. No matter if your best is your best on your best day, or if your best is your best on your worst day, you're still showing up and you're doing your best, and you're not lying to yourself and you're not lying to others. You're just being the HBIC that God put you here to be, or not. Don't be sovereign, don't be autonomous, and don't be dangerous. And in the end, don't be ambitious. But like I always say, get the fuck out of my way and get the fuck out of the way of the other ambitious women in this ambitious world that want to make something great out of their lives. Okay, that's it. So in the meantime, stay ambitious or not, but I'll be back here next week and I will see you next Tuesday.